Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, there's a video that came out of Reform, Alabama. And this particular video is the type of videos that I don't like to see. These videos make me extremely disgusted in general. When I see our people being put in a position like this. And usually I don't even want to show these kind of videos, even if they are mild or they're not beating somebody up. Because after George Floyd, I was just kind of done with a lot of police videos. For years, I talked about that subject. For years, I've shown it over and over and over and over again. But here we're talking about the Democrats, and I have to bring something up because during the 2020 election, Democrats said, if you go out there and vote for Joe Biden and the Democrats at the time, they said that they would get into office and they would give you black Americans police reform. So we can prevent what happened to George Floyd from happening to another black person. Now, the brother in this video know what happened to George Floyd did not happen to this brother, but it's similar circumstances. So let me go ahead and roll this clip out of Reform, Alabama. And let's go ahead and talk about the Democrats, because anytime I see police doing something to black people, I'm blaming the Democrats. Let's roll that.
They held a protest Monday night in response to the viral video showing a police officer using a stun gun on a handcuffed man. We want to warn you, you might find this video disturbing. After an exchange of words, the police officer pulls the trigger on the stun gun and then asked,
"You want it again? No, man. Shut the f up. You was big and bad."
She could then be heard calling him an explicit name.
She tased him in the back, and she was holding it. She was just holding it there until he started crying.
Jalexis Rice, girlfriend of Micaiah Washington, says this all started when her boyfriend and two others were changing a tire of the car they were driving. She says that's when the officer in the video pulled up, eventually putting her boyfriend in handcuffs and tasing him.
When I seen it, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't do nothing but cry.
Following his arrest, Washington was booked into the Pickens County Jail on several charges. He has a bond of $500,000. In a statement, Reform's police chief and mayor said they're aware of the video and the police officer has been placed on administrative leave. However, people attending Monday's rally say they want more done.
She needs to be fired, and I feel like she can leave and go somewhere else and do it if they don't hold her accountable for nothing.
So as you remember, George Floyd was handcuffed when Derek Chauvin put his knee on his neck. He wasn't fighting. He was handcuffed. These white supremacists in this police force, they're cowards. They always have been. They have to put a black man in handcuffs to do something to him. You understand what I'm saying? So just like George Floyd was handcuffed, this brother is handcuffed. Handcuffed, he's on the car. He's not doing anything. He's talking, but he's not doing you anything. But now, since he's handcuffed, you put a taser on his back. Let me tell you something. That brother could have died just no different than George Floyd. When you put a taser on someone's back like that, and you do that, it can cause cardiac arrest in a person. If they have a heart condition, for sure. If they have high blood pressure, very possibility. Right? This has happened to a lot of people. They do this mess and they get away with it. Now, black people in the last election came out there to vote for the Democrat Party to prevent that kind of video from happening. But when the Democrats got in office, they did not deliver on any kind of police reform. I don't want to hear no excuse about no Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. I don't want to hear no excuse about the Republicans. You said to get you in there. And if you get in there, you would do police reform. But then when you got in there, what did you do? An Asian hate crime bill. That's what you did. Not police reform to stop things like this from happening. See, we had an anti-black hate crime bill. That video that we saw from the news, that's out on social media, we wouldn't be seeing this video too much because it would give Kristen Clark in the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice a lot of leeway to go after that cop. You understand what I'm saying? But since the Democrats did not do what they said they were supposed to do to get all y'all, let me tell you something. The Democrats, and why I'm so turned up on the Democrats is because they lied to my people. My people came out in a global pandemic in record numbers to go out and vote Joe Biden and the Democrats. Then it wasn't just them. People like Boule Martin every day was on his program telling black people that you just got to come out there and vote Democrats and vote for Joe Biden so you can get police reform so he can prevent a George Floyd from happening. That man was saying that every day on his platform. Every day he was. All this stuff that's happening with the Democrats, Boule Martin is just as guilty as they are. Because every day he was telling y'all, go out there and vote for those people. And I talk about him the most because he got the biggest mouth out of all of them. So I'm always going to be targeting him more than all of them. But he's their representative. So that's why I come at him more than any other group of shields. Every freaking day. And he's still telling y'all, come out there and vote for the Democrat Party. Even after y'all watch the Democrat Party be hostile to Black America. Watching the Democrat Party getting upset with you for saying, hey, where's my resources, man? Look, y'all giving all my resources to people that just come across the border. What the hell is that about? You understand what I'm saying? Brandon Johnson upset because black folks is calling him to the carpet. Trying to lie and call them right-wing extremists when black folks is not a part of no right wing at all. They don't even vote that way. They have voted Democrat over half a century. The black people that vote Republican is very small in number. And most of them are people in the business community. So it is insulting to hear Brandon Johnson call black folks right-wing extremists or saying right-wing extremists is the reason. No, sir, you're a failure. Just call it what it is. It's not right-wing extremists, it's you. You are in charge of the city of Chicago and you're failing. But black folks, the Democrats, do not want us protected. They don't. And you have to understand, you have a group of black folks. I thought about this. I was in the store doing a little shopping, and we are the only group of people in America that is so screwed up in every which way. Let's think about it. I look at other groups, even though I know other groups didn't go through what we went through, and that's true. But one thing I don't see other groups doing to themselves is sabotaging themselves. I'm not talking about the average human being sabotage. You know how people are jealousy, haters, X, Y, Z. Everybody got that in their group. But I'm talking about political sabotage. Because there would be one thing if the Democrats was doing things to us. That'd be one thing. It'll be one thing if the Republicans are doing things to us. White supremacy, whatever. But the problem that we have as a people is that we have a group of people who went to college, who joins the Divine Nine Boule. They go join them. They feel like they so up here because they in this Divine Nine. Oh, I'm the Divine Nine. Right? Ooh, I get to go sit with the Democrats. And they sell us out. See, that's what the Hispanic community don't have to deal with. A Divine Nine selling out the Hispanic community politically. The Hispanic community is fighting for the Hispanic community. I watch all of them. I just don't watch what we do. I watch all of them. They are on code with each other, and they should be. Look at the AAPI community. They don't have no Divine Nine talking about a boule, trying to get little trinkets for themselves and selling out the rest of their group. The Asian community work together politically so they can get an anti-Asian hate bill. You understand what I'm saying? You look at East Indians, they sticking together in their groups and fighting for their people. Look at the Muslims. The Muslims are on code with each other. They just come up with a campaign, abandon Biden, because they are on code about what's happening in the other part of the world. Not mad with them. That's what they supposed to be doing. But look at our group. We got only a small amount of people that's on code. A lot of us are waking up. But you know what? We got a problem. We got a problem in this Black American community. We got a problem. And that's been our problem ever since our existence in a planet Earth. We have this sellout gene that's in our community that we won't root out. We know it's there. Yeah, we may call it out here and there, but we won't root it out once and for all. We cannot progress with a sellout gene like that. The Democrats couldn't do what they do to us without those sellouts, selling us down the river. The CBC, nothing but sellouts, and they in a Divine Nine too. That's why when I see any of them talking about they in a Divine Nine, I'm turned off by them. I don't want to talk. Listen, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but at this stage in the game with me, every time I look up, some sellout that's a politician is in some Divine Nine or some Divine Nine person telling me about some Democrat and selling us down the road. Yes, I'm telling y'all that. And all you Divine Nine people, bring it. I don't care. Because you don't show me no good works that you have done for the Black American community. I'm for the people. I'm not for no upper echelons and going to luncheons with y'all. For what? What are we doing at some luncheon? What, the people are suffering, man. Y'all have all this access. Y'all up there taking pictures with Kamala. What if y'all were really doing the work of the Black community and had access to go talk to Kamala or Biden or the Democrats? And told them, hey, my people are suffering. Hey, what's up with all this immigration coming in here? You bringing all these people to Chicago. You're bringing them to New York. My Black American community don't even have the resources. The Black homeless is sleeping on trains. Why y'all got Brandon Johnson trying to give all these resources? What's going on? See, if we really had a representation in a CBC, or even people like Boule Martin that's excited about taking pictures everywhere he go when he up there with Kamala. What if he would actually be about the business of Black folk and actually went and told what's going on with Black folk? Well, they probably wouldn't invite him up there no more because they don't want a Black person up there telling them the real. But see, we had a code, they wouldn't invite none of us. Al Sharpton going up there taking photos at the doggone White House. He not telling the real what's happening to Black folk. That's why we really can't progress as a people. We could talk about the Democrats, white supremacy, and everything else. These are the groups is going to not only pass us, but leapfrog us and be so far down the road with their assistance, but so far down the road because they sticking together and they on code. They played us like a fiddle, played on our moral compass to say, oh, we just like you and XYZ until they got ahead and now they on code each other and say, ha, forget y'all. I'm on this way. I'm worrying about my people. I'm not worrying with y'all. While some of us looking sad like, oh, I thought I had a friend. And then in that process, you got other Black folks that's selling us out. How could Black America win as a community when we have a CBC that's worthless? They're worthless. They do nothing for Black America. They don't fight for us. They do not. They don't even talk to Black America and say, what is our marching orders? They don't. The reason why we in this situation is because of those sellouts, and that's why we don't have anything. When it goes to that Asian hate crime bill, if we had a real congressional Black caucus, all of them would have stood up and said, hey, that's fine, but we need the Black American community added to that bill too. Because historically and by FBI statistics, Black American community has been the number one victim of hate crime. So surely Black America is going to get on that bill. And if you say no, That's fine. All of us in the Congressional Black Caucus is not going to vote for it. Even if it passed, it didn't pass through us. And then if it passed, the Congressional Black Caucus was supposed to come out and said, hey, we wanted Black Americans on that bill. All of them said no. All of them are racist because Black Americans need to be added to that bill. And they only want to protect that group and not Black America. And we call them foul on their racism. See, if we really had a Congressional Black Caucus, that's what would happen. If we really had a Congressional Black Caucus, they'll be preaching about reparations. All of them. Not a few of them, all of them. They are completely worthless. That's why when I made my video about AIPAC going after the squad, I'm like, AIPAC, do your thing. Go ahead and get them all. You know why I don't care about you getting them all? What are they doing for Black people? Nothing. Nothing. So I have no problem with AIPAC getting them. Go ahead. I'm cool. I hope AIPAC get all the CBC if they want to. I applaud them. I support AIPAC doing it. They don't do a freaking thing for Black people. That video should not have even been happening. But see, if this was happening to any other community, they'd have been on code and made sure of it. But not this community. That's why I get so sick and tired of a lot of things that go on in this Black American community. I get tired of it. And sometimes I understand what Christ talked about. Well, how long I'm going to be with you? He was just tired of it. Tired of the lack of faith. I get why. Tired of the excuses. Tired of the backbiting. Tired of selling out. I understand why. I get tired constantly because I'm sitting up there watching these people sell out the Black American community all the time. They talk down on the Black American community. You're so dumb. You're so stupid. Cussing you out. You got people that support that, that applaud that. They think that's a good thing, what they do and say about other Black people. That's what annoys me. You cannot get ahead when someone's sabotaging you. That's like you having a gallon of water and someone poke a hole in your gallon of water. And your gallon of water is keep on dripping. And you filling it back up, but it's dripping. That is what happens in our community. We can't fill up a gallon because you got these sellouts like Boulay Martin, the CBC, and all them other Black folks poke a hole in your gallon. Or Black folks trying to do something, they be the first one to tell the folks, hey, they over there doing it. Hey, they over there doing this. Hey, they talking like this. So talk to them like this so they won't be so mad at you. Say these words to them so they think you're on your side. See, they the one tell them the words to say to Black folks to get you to calm down. They are the ones that teach them how to deceive you. You understand? Because call it what it is. The folks, no matter what side they come from, they don't know how to talk to us like that. They really don't. Where do you think they get all that from? What to say, how to say it. The folks get it from them. You understand? That's why in Haiti in 1804, before they went after the French, the first thing they did was went after the sellouts. Why? Why the great wisdom of the Haitians, why they went after their sellouts first? Because if they went after the French first, they would have lost. Because all those sellouts would have told the French, hey, they doing this, and the third, and you better watch yourself. And then they would have been defeated. But they say, no. We got a sellout problem. Well, let's deal with the sellouts first. Then we'll go after the French. And the sellout problem today is worse than what it ever has been in society. It's worse. And it's our fault. It's our community's fault. We'd rather get mad at somebody about who they dating more so than a sellout. If we would get to have the same passion about who somebody date versus what these sellouts are doing, I can care less what somebody date, as long as they ain't not harming the community with it. But the sellouts, deceiving you, Boule Martin every day is trying to deceive you to go out and vote for Democrats. Every day. And he know good and well the Democrats don't do nothing for black people. But see, they keep him papered up. So it's his job to keep you out there deceived, fear-mongering, all of that. That's his job. He has no morals, because I could not sit there and just say, you know what, I'm going to get on this microphone and try to deceive you so I can get money. I couldn't sleep at night like that, knowing that I'm purposely deceiving you. I'm purposely being used as an agent of the devil, because if you are lying, you're speaking with the voice of Satan. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do that to nobody. Not even my people. I couldn't do that to nobody. All the cussing and talking down to black people, but you're supposed to be so educated. You're supposed to be so educated, but that's the only words you know how to use. At least if you're so educated, pick some words in the English language you don't know to cuss us out. Since you're so educated, right? You know what? I can't stand to hear an educated person, so-called educated person cuss. I can't stand it. You were set up there in that school all that time to get a so-called degree, and that's the only words you know? Man, teachers are all something since you're so smart. Talk to us in a way like, wow, man, shoot, let me go research that word he just said or she just said. You know what I'm saying? They nothing but plantation mammies and plantation sambos. That's all they are. But videos like this just getting me bothered, man. It just getting me aggravated just with the whole thing. And it gets me more in that, man, I'm ready to go to Africa mode. I get in that mode because I just get so sick and tired of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a sabotage. I'm telling y'all, if we would, as a community, deal with these sellouts politically, and I'm gonna repeat that again, politically. How we deal with the sellouts politically, we vote them all out. We put in a brother or sister that's about the business and vote them all out. Right? If you are in your area, I told all of you that listen to me need to be registered to vote. I told you that. I told you all of you need a driver's license. All of you need that. And all of you need a United States passport. Don't be sitting here listening to me talk and you don't have all three of them when that's what I advocate for anybody listening to me. If you register to vote and you know a Cory Booker or Maxine Waters, anybody else, you can get your behind out there and say, look, I'm voting for somebody else to get them out of there. Listen, it's a time to sit it out. It is. And it is a time to get your behind up and say, I'm going to go out there and get them out. Oh, no, Maxine can't be in here no more. She got to go. She need to retire. She got to go. Clyburn, oh, he need to go. I say all of them in the CBC got to go. I mean, all. We need a fresh group of people that's black, not blue. That's what we need. I'm telling you, if y'all don't fix this issue as a community, and you don't need no permission from nobody, Boule Martin, he's not hard to deal with. He's really not. How you deal with Boule Martin? You just press him. You challenge him. He goes to events. You just challenge him. No different y'all doing Clyburn. When Clyburn was showing up in events, y'all was challenging Clyburn. Y'all pressing him. Boule Martin can't deal with being pressed. He really can't. He can't stand it. So he's really not that big of a deal to deal with. My issue is he's deceiving people. And that's really my biggest issue. So we have to, on this side, be a counter voice and to just go ask questions about why aren't you talking about immigration, sir? Why aren't you talking about how the immigration is harming Black America? He never addresses that, but they say he got immigrant background. So I understand that. But don't y'all let him deceive y'all, because his checks come through this deception of you. What happened to that brother should not have happened. Should have had the anti-black hate crime bill. And that's just got me just so fired up when I saw that video. And we know our brothers and sisters in Chicago got a great energy going. And that energy for our brothers and sisters in Chicago need to be spreading nationwide to all Black America. If you care about your future, what about our children's future? You know, I was talking to an elder today. Great conversation with one of the elders, great sister. And she kept saying that, what about our children? What about our grandchildren? Like, are we going to leave them messed off? Is that what we going to do? Willingly do it? Because sure, you know, I think like this. I'm not a person that think like, oh, well, as long as my children good, I'm whatever. I think about, well, what about people's children that listening to me right now? What about their children? What about their grandchildren? My children gonna live in a world with them. You know what I'm saying? I want my people to be good. Sure, I can just do things to make sure I'm good and my family's good. But no, I just think that we all need to be good. I want us all good. You know, our future hang in the balance. The Democrats are weaponized against Black America. And I saw a number today that says that in 2024, they have 34.2 million eligible Hispanic voters. I said, oh, that's why Democrats are doing what they're doing. Because they want to use the Hispanic vote to replace the Black vote. When we talked about it, but once I seen the number, I said, okay. Because there's actually more Hispanic people in this country now than even Black folk. Way more. But not all of them are eligible to vote. You understand what I'm saying? So they want that group to be used to get rid of the Black vote. We didn't need a vote to get civil rights. We didn't need a vote to get off the plantation. Everything that we ever done as a people, we never voted for it. So I don't care what voters you bring in this country. We are the originators of civil rights. We are the originators of the fight. We are the only group that has proven the test of time of everything that's been thrown at us. And we are still here fighting. But even though you're fighting, we gotta get rid of people who is politically selling us out. We got to get rid of these mindsets like these people coming around here talking about they're your leaders. No. If you don't come from the soil and nobody know you, don't know where you come from, no, you can't be nothing. That video that brother right there should not have happened. And part of it, yes, it's the Democrats. But some of it is our fault because we haven't dealt with our sellouts. We can't just talk about Biden. We got to talk about the CBC, your local leaders in your city. What have they been doing for Black people? What have they been doing? Because from what I see, even in Houston, the same Democrats that you got in Washington, it's the same Democrat mindset even in Houston. The same mindset. But it's going to be on us to fix that. If we don't fix it, then it's going to get to a point you're going to say, okay, well, shoot, the community on its own, you got to think about yourself and your family. I told y'all. Because you can't let people refusing to deal with our issues and problems take down you personally and your family personally. But there's more and more people every day waking up to the truth. Waking up. And I'm telling you, we got to deal with the Congressional Black Caucus. We got to deal with all these shills like Boule Martin. We got to deal with these people because they've been selling us out for way too long. Way too long. The black preacher sold us out way long time ago. And how you deal with the black preacher, the shills, you delegitimize them. Once they delegitimize, they're no good for even white supremacy on the left. It's very easy to delegitimize those kind of people. You shout them down. You don't pay attention to them. You turn them into clowns. Once they looked at as clowns, everybody laughing at what they say, don't respect nothing they say. Nobody that got sense or prominence would even engage with them because they're clowns. Then it takes them. We can delegitimize anybody we want to in this community. You know we can do it. We've done it before. That's how you deal with the preachers and the shields. You just delegitimize them. But are you willing to take your community back? Because you got to take your community back first. We can talk about the Democrats and what they're not doing. But until we take our whole community back, like dealing with the sellouts, voting them out, delegitimizing them, until we take our community back, we can't really deal with the Democrats for real like that. Because you always have a sellout willing to undermine us. Now, some people say, oh, well, what about the black immigrants? No, they're not an issue. Our biggest issue is actually within our own group. Sure, do you have a few black immigrants in that bunch? Yeah. But the majority is in our own group. Those that are selling us out. And you got to let them know going into 2024, it's going to be a new day. We're pointing you out, we're calling you out, and we're going to vote you out and just delegitimize you. That's it. Y'all know who's running for who. And y'all who's smart enough, who got the message, step up out there and say, hey, I'm running. And get the people behind you locally. If you know an election is coming up, and definitely 2 years before the election, you need to be out there campaigning hard and getting with the young people. Because that's your best bet. But let's see what's going to happen with this particular case. But I'm just sick of the selling out, man. I'm sick of it. I don't see how you sit up there and listen to somebody trying to deceive you all the time. Like, I guess, when you know somebody's trying to deceive you, when you hear the BS, it's like, I can't stomach it, right? But unfortunately, you got some people who can't see it. Some people feel people like Boulay Martin is a decent brother. Believe it or not, to me, he's not decent. He's not. Because as I said earlier, he's deceiving my people for a check. And that's not cool. Just like some of these filthy rappers putting out all that filth on the airwaves and getting a check out of it. I don't support them either. There's a whole lot of things that you could be talking about. You ain't got to talk down on black people, harming black people, talking down on black women. You ain't got to do all that to make a record. It's time we got to clean our community up. It's just that simple. If we don't clean it up, don't sit up here and complain about these other groups and pass you. Because trust me, they're going to pass you quickly if we don't deal with our issues and problems.